Head of kickoff with Tottenham getting us underway, kicking from left to right in this first period. When these sides met in October, Liverpool were 3-2 winners, in no small part thanks to Marie Herbinger. She scored twice, including a stoppage time penalty to take all 3 points for Liverpool, who are straight on the attack here. But Olivia Smith, who has been bang in form both this season and certainly of late, gets an early chip ball, which gives an early touch of the ball for visiting goalkeeper Lisa Kopp. Kopp immediately put under pressure at the back by Roman Hawke as Tottenham try to play out from the back. Smith was named Liverpool's Player of the Month for March this week, the 4th time this season that she's picked up the award. With Naz on the attack for Tottenham, tries to make space to get the shot away, laid off on the edge of the box, and it ricochets off of a Liverpool player. All the way back in the middle of January, victory against rock bottom Crystal Palace, and that itself needed a Olivia Hult's stoppage time free kick to scrape through that 1-3-2. Certainly the biggest test of Robert Villaham's reign so far, coming just 12 months after leading Tottenham through to the FA Cup final. Hunt. The ball played over the top, that is where it goes, but it was well dealt with at the back. In danger between Jenna Clark and Gemma Bonner. And back to the goalkeeper Rachel Laws, who plays the ball out from the back, making her 100th appearance for Liverpool herself in all competitions. In the 4-0 defeat recently against Arsenal, one blemish on a really good record for their interim boss, Amber Whiteley. Former assistant to Mark Beard, climbed the ranks of the club. Previously under-21s head coach, 3 wins in 5 in the WSL under Whiteley so far, and a couple of significant cup results and performances as well. Naz plays the ball through. It will ask a lot of Ashley Neville as Fisk comes across to put the ball into touch for a Tottenham throw. Neville has been one of the more consistent performers in this Tottenham side this season. Hunt. In line with England making a run into the box. They managed to keep the ball in play. Good play from Wimberg, not only holds off the challenge, but manages to find a teammate with the layoff as well. Hultz as well to win the ball back, having initially given it away. Morris wins a throw-in for Tottenham, level with the, almost with the edge of the penalty area. Eight points behind Manchester City. Liverpool have their sights set on 5th place this season. Finished 4th last year. St Helens Rugby League markings making it a little confusing. And the touchline here as the corner is delivered in, and it's palmed away from underneath the crossbar by Laws. Almost a counter-attacking opportunity there, but the free kick is given away. As mentioned, the Merseyside derby next weekend for Liverpool. We played in Anfield, the game against Everton. They're ending the season with a trip to the champions-elect Chelsea on May the 10th. As for Tottenham, well, they too have Chelsea next, and coincidentally they finished the season against Everton on May the 10th, an away trip for them there. Forward by Fitz, and a good drop of the shoulder as Smith gets into the penalty area. Can't quite get the ball back, but it is picked up. Anyway, Clark trying to get forward on the overlap, and it's a Liverpool throw. Really excited to see Olivia Smith in action for Liverpool this afternoon. She has been one of the not just best signings in recent years for Liverpool, but certainly one of the star performers in the WSL this season as well. Had been a slight injury doubts to go off during the win at the Amex last Saturday, but was back in training this week. Comfortably dealt with by Bonner. Played forward by Fisk, who gets it back. Player of the year in her first season with the club, Grace Fisk. Holland, creator of both goals last weekend, playing a little further forwards in the number 10 role in Amber Whiteley's plans last week. Bonner. Hines knocks the ball in behind the defence, but Tottenham will get the ball away. Holt. England controls the ball on the halfway line before trying to send it through for Holt, but it was calmly dealt with at the back this time by Jenna Clark. All over the top will ask too much this time with Sophie Roman-Hawke. Scored her first goal against Tottenham. Signing from AS Roma, at the time a club record. Sophie Roman-Hawke, since of course eclipsed by the addition of Olivia Smith following her move from Sporting Lisbon. Here is Smith on the ball now. Here's the ball of Naz, but it is given away of Liverpool. And see, supporters thought the decision might go the way of Spurs there. Bonner. Devers into the Tottenham half. Hines, the first time pass infield. Good footwork from Holland to try and get in down the left-hand channel. And that will be put behind. Did it come off the Liverpool player, though? It did. And that will be a Tottenham goal kick. Only Crystal Palace have lost more WSL games than Tottenham this season. 6 defeats in their last 7 as well. Just the one draw in that wretched run of form. Mentioned at the start that Robert Wilhelm feels that in the longer term, the learnings from this season will provide a platform for Tottenham to kick on next year. The optimistic view of things. As Morris makes a good run. England now makes space to get the shot in. She does! And a wonderful save from Rachel Laws to keep her out. And the goalkeeper was restored by Amber Whiteley in preference to Tegan Micah. And well, she's justifying that with her performances at the moment. What a save! Swinging towards the near post. A strong header to get the ball away. Smith helps it on its way, but Liverpool so deep, it allows Tottenham to come back at the Neville. And space to get the shot in, but they go back into defence instead. A long-range effort comes in. He was on target, but this time the goalkeeper in a kind of form. And Rachel Laws, it was a comfortable save. Some players surrounding Smith, who still comes away with the ball. Finds Hines, who's always willing to get forward on the overlap. This time it will be a Liverpool corner. They have scored in 8 of their last 10 WSL matches, have failed to score in the previous 4 games before that. They've had 14 goals in that 10-match spell. Less than 90 seconds for Olivia Smith to open the scoring at Brighton last week. The ball is played towards the near post and it's only partially cleared and it's turned into the back of the net as a result. Liverpool in front as Sophie Roman-Hall picked up the pieces. Just as she did on her introduction to the WSL, Sophie Roman-Hall scores against Tottenham. Bonner kept it going. It was a poor clearance on the line from Ella Morris. And there was the Norway star to pounce and put Liverpool in front. A serial trophy winner. Liverpool might not be in the hunt for silverware this season, but they have just taken another strong grip on a highly respectable 5th place finish. It has been a season where the number of injuries we've seen has been seemingly higher than ever in women's football. England herself, who's only just come back from injury, seemed to get a clash on the head there, so a drinks break opportunity whilst she receives treatment. The quad injury had kept England out for a few matches, came back off the bench last weekend. And you've got to give so much respect to Amber Whiteley, who has bided her time for this opportunity. Spent time back in February with the Republic of Ireland alongside former WSL manager Carla Ward. A move the club supported at the time, composed in the dugout, quietly confident. Slightly contrasting figure to her predecessor Matt Beard, who she replaced on an interim basis. Meanwhile, this man, Robert Villaharm, led Spurs to 6th place for only the 2nd time in their history. Last season, they finished 5th in 21-22. In charge for just over 50 matches at Tottenham now. Still needs to really work to persuade those that he can lead Tottenham, who are an ambitious football club, who are very active in January, to better things next season. It's a second spell in caretaker charge. Amber Whiteley said the biggest thing that she took from her first interim period was that she was capable of doing the job, And she says that she's now in a far better position, having had time working alongside Matt Beard during his 4-year spell. As England makes her way to the touchline, clutching her arm. And in what's already a period of struggle right now for Tottenham, to lose your talismanic striker and captain would be a huge, huge blow. Drop ball to get us back underway then, as Morris plays the ball back into defence, and Lisa Kopp, who has had a real rough start to her Tottenham career, having joined from Liverpool, or from Leicester I should say, in the January transfer window. Back with the goalkeeper now, with the Liverpool pressing. Neville. Morris. All his word down the line to England. He's back on the pitch now and seemingly all right to carry on. Could be a weekend of celebration for Liverpool, of course. Premier League title. I would say even more than within touching distance now. You pretty much have both hands on it, and this could be a good way to start Sunday in this lunchtime WSL kickoff with a victory here. "15 of their 20 goals have been scored in the first half this season. A WSL high for Liverpool, who continue that trend as the referee calls play back. Hunt switches it to the left-hand side, and Neville. Naz won't get there. Martrick robbed of the ball, and immediately they snap at the heels as Hunt's hurried clearance allows Liverpool to come forward on the attack again. But Oroff dealt with that superbly to set Tottenham forward on the front foot. And Naz now attacking down this left-hand side. Decent crossfield pass as well, but couldn't quite bring the ball under control as it's picked up under the shade of the stand here by Morris. Tries to go around the outside, wins Tottenham a corner. Good run. Morris scored her first goal for the club against Aston Villa last weekend. Described it as a fairly bittersweet moment for her, though, as Villa ended up winning that game in stoppage time. A Villa team who are at the long end of the table, as it's played in towards the near post, headed away from underneath the crossbar, but returned with interest and kept in play, but the flag had already gone up there as Holt tried to shoot from the edge of the box. Oh, if you want to keep in touch with all the latest news, fixtures, tickets, information, click on the link pinned in the comments section below to keep up to date with all of the WSL news as and when it happens. And, well, with so many managerial situations still to be determined, with some big money transfers already being talked about this summer in the WSL, it guarantees to be an interesting off-season. Here come Liverpool looking for a second. Overrun this time by Smith, though, and that allows Neville and Naz to bring the ball away for Tottenham. England. Orth, who really pulls the strings in midfield. Highly technical player. Hoult rides a couple of challenges. As with a chance to run at the defence. Has Neville in support as she wants it, but held onto the ball for a bit too long there. And now Liverpool to now come forward on the attack with players out of position. And it's a surging run forward as well. Unselfish in the end as it's for goalwards. It was a brilliant run by Jenna Clark, who was unselfish in lining up the opportunity as Roman Hogg looked for her second of the game. In the end, it was team effort. He looked as though it took a slight touch en route to goal there, but goal kick is given. Almost each and every one of Tottenham's games this season have involved a first half goal. A trend that's repeated itself again inside the first 10 minutes here. Almost managed to keep the ball in play down by the technical area. Hines comes across for this throw-in. Rarely missed a game over the last couple of seasons, Taylor Hines. 8 years at Arsenal, or joining this club via a spell at Everton 5 years ago. Century of appearances marked for her today. Again on the run, this time she may go alone. Moves the ball in, Hogg couldn't get beyond Neville, who used all her experience to stand the ground and get the ball away. Here with the most WSL appearances for Tottenham, Ashley Neville. And Millie Bright has won more WSL tackles than Neville in a solitary season as she has this year, and that was well over a decade ago. And Liverpool makes something from here. It was an awkward one to deal with. And Kerr's calling for a corner. It's a good run from midfield. She wasn't picked up, the Bayern Munich loanee. Liverpool's players line up in penalty spots as they break away as the corner comes in towards the far post. Hogg knocks it down. Smith tries to keep the attack going. Manages to find a player in a Liverpool shirt as she switches the ball to the right-hand side. They build again from the back. And it's played forward by Hines, but well left for Kopp, the Dutch international, to come and scoop up the ball. Mentioned it has been a difficult start to her life at Tottenham, but she's a player that has featured at 2 World Cups for the Netherlands, a quarter-finalist at the last tournament in 2023. One of 3 goalkeepers to feature for Tottenham this season. There's the ball to Hunt now. Tottenham looking comfortable on the ball as they play the ball out from the edge of their own penalty area. High risk football if it doesn't come off, but it actually sets them forward on the attack here. Brink's ball. Hoult can't get the shot in. Naz might. Good run from Naz and a decent cross as well. It's off the crossbar. Looks as though it went over the line there. It was spilled by the goalkeeper and the goal is given. Rachel Laws in attempting to keep the ball out. An unfortunate own goal. And in a period where Tottenham seem to be having absolutely no luck whatsoever, they get a huge slice of it here. It's 1-1. It all came from Jessica Naz. It was a brilliant cross from the byline that just eluded the keeper. And as the clearance from Grace Fisk went off her own crossbar, the ball crossed the line off of her own goalkeeper. Tottenham are handed a route back into this game. Laws plays it out to Fisk, the two players involved in that goal. Worth remembering that Laws made one superb save early in the match as well. There was very little she could have done as the cross comes in as they look for a quick fire response. Liverpool have opened the scoring in each of their last 4 WSL home matches. This is the first time in their history that they've scored the opening goal in 5 straight games in all competitions. Now they need to recover from that setback. Morris will do well to get to the ball, but she does, and it was almost teed up on a plate for England. Really good cross. The kind that England thrives off of. And Liverpool, well, it was well defended in the end. Fisk across to cover. It's a Tottenham corner as Naz offers the short option, but it looks like they're going to get this one straight into the box. I'm wrong. It's taken to Naz. And they work the set-piece routine. Slight stumble, but Holtz keeps going, and that will be another Tottenham corner. It is worth noting that despite their deficiencies this season, only Manchester City and Arsenal have won more points from losing positions than Tottenham. They've taken 15 so far in this campaign. Having trailed in those matches as the corner is played towards the far post. Naz, just to bring the ball down. They through for Morris, who crosses on the opposite side this time. Holt now makes space to get the shot in. Cleared by Fisk. Naz will pick it up though. Oroff. This is good football from Tottenham. Here's the Spaniard on the ball again. Naz, who created the equaliser on another of those. Smith, of all people, is there to do the defensive work. Tottenham haven't been involved in a goalless draw in what is now 71 WSL matches. Quite staggering sequence. You've got to go back to March 2022, away at Reading for their last stalemate. He's played in, and it's turned into the back of the net. from the set piece as Liverpool failed to defend it. And Tottenham come from behind once more.
Scoring the goal for Tottenham Hotspur, number 15, Claire Hunt.
Confirmation that it was Claire Hunt who got the final touch. And the goalkeeper stayed on her line. And it was a slotty goal again for Liverpool to concede. What a brilliant response from Tottenham. If there are any question marks over their lack of confidence and lack of goal threat, well, they have certainly answered that in response to going behind in this game so far. One thing that Liverpool do, though, is score goals. And the one thing that Tottenham do is concede it, as Laws picks up the back pots. On 11 games, including this, without a clean sheet now, Tottenham. Ford's pass will be retrieved by Nas, trying to put pressure on the defender. Clark, though, manages to get Liverpool out of their own half. Erlinger's run. Garno. Ryan's pass was difficult to deal with, but she wins the ball back. And out muscled. Hines wins a free kick. To see a booking in this game so far. Good pass from Nagano. Clark. Nice footwork from Bonner. Bit of space opens up there for her here. Looked like she was in a little bit of two minds as to whether to go for goal or pass there, and it allows Tottenham to maybe catch them on the counter. England gives chase now. Hines is breathing down her neck. She has got support now, though. Wimberg loses the ball. And it's passed out by Laws. Nagano into the feet of Smith. Smith doubled down on at every opportunity by Tottenham's players. Bonner. Too much on that one from Bonner, though. And Kopp gives the call and comes to gather. Oroth slows down the pace of the game to almost a walking pace as we approach the final 10 minutes of the first half. last victory did come on the road at Crystal Palace. Oh, under pressure there, finds her goalkeeper. Kopp with a good ball for Neville. A lovely cushion pass as well from Holt. Naz now. Tottenham suddenly look transformed, and Naz hangs across in. A little too much on that one though, but it was a really good breakaway. Again from Tottenham from inside their own box. Laws. Hines combines with Holland, who hasn't really had an opportunity to show her creativity much in this game, but that cross was the first real evidence of it, and it was a good ball too. Org couldn't make the most of the opportunity though. Praised for her outstanding contribution last weekend, Kerry Holland. Made a huge contribution in the game. Did have a real injury scare playing for Wales at the Cardiff City Stadium earlier this month. Feared her season might be over with what looked like a broken bone in her foot, but miraculously back out on the pitch last week for her club. This will be a Tottenham throw. That's decent distance on it. Another Tottenham throw, won by Naz. It was a good cushioned header initially from England, and a real surprise that Tottenham taking their time over this one. The back header almost conceded a corner before Fisk got there to put it into touch. All of this without Drew Spence, who was suspended after her 5th yellow of the season last weekend, without Evelina Summanen too. Two highly important players for Tottenham this season. In particular Spence, who's created more opportunities than most others in the WSL this season, as they allow the ball to go behind for a goal kick. Earlier this season against Leicester, Spurs became the first team in WSL history to win a game without registering a single shot on target. An own goal, securing a rare, unique victory. A surging run from Clark, who has a go, and it's only just over. He's been so positive with ball at feet this afternoon. Invited to shoot. It was a really good effort from a Scotland international. Signed a new deal with the club last month, showing her value not far away at all. There have been some spectacular goals in games between these sides over the years. And more so than Cornelia Capel's efforts at Brisbane Road, a long-range lob. Some feel might well be a goal of the season contender across the whole of the WSL. Two efforts for Tottenham today. Won't be challenging that As scrappy as they were, an own goal and a set-piece goal. But Villahan will be absolutely delighted with the way what looked like a familiar story has been twisted on its head in this first half. Neville takes no chances and knocks it over the top. This will allow Laws to pass the ball out from the back. Fisk. Well won by Oroff, who'll bring the ball forward for Tottenham here, and then checks in field and plays it back. He's a cop. Finds Hunt. Tottenham controlling possession, dictating the pace of this game in the final stages of the first half. Lovely cushion header again from England, and Naz is a constant threat. Really difficult challenge. And Bonner had to get that one right, or it would have been a penalty. Just look at how she had a good 2-3 metre standing start on her defender there, but Nas still almost getting to the ball. Smith again helping out defensively. He does manage to play the ball off of the Tottenham player Neville, and this will be a Liverpool throw. Naz. Clark across quickly to take this Liverpool throw. They look to create an opening before half-time. Volley downfield. Hall gets a flicked header on and then picks up the pieces in midfield, and suddenly players are surging forward in red. And it's a good pass as well as they get into the box. And the effort's palmed away by the goalkeeper, Harry Holland. It was creeping in. Important intervention from the Dutch goalkeeper. And Liverpool have a set-piece opportunity. They've only scored one headed goal this season, as it's drilled in over the top of everybody. They'll get a second opportunity here though. It's Nagano. Can't beat the first defender. Hines has a try. Oh, what a way that would have been to mark her 100th appearance for the club. Into the arms of the goalkeeper. Knocked on its way by England, and Naz now have the power to get beyond Clark this time. Did have that injury to Bethany England early in the first half, which resulted in a fairly lengthy stoppage. We're going to have 4 minutes of time added on at the end of this first half. Confirmation of that now.
4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes of added time.
Good pass for Clark. He'll make an early ball in, and the goalkeeper almost caught out. In the end, it was a really good save from Kopp because, again, it was heading in. Looked like it was going to dip under the bar. She gets a hand to the ball. And as we enter first half stoppage time, Liverpool have another corner. Taking no chances there, quite rightly so. Work short to Fuka Nagano. Hines delivers. But you heard the call from Lisa Kopp as the cross came in. And the goalkeeper gathers, but the referee calls play back. Well, Liverpool have a free kick here, which is well within Herbinger range. This was the incident. And there, the referee must have just spotted it grazing the arm of the Tottenham player. It was a good spot. And this is a dangerous opportunity. Herbinger and Hines over the ball. 3 players in the Tottenham wall. Kopp has made a couple of very important saves in the last few minutes of the half. She may be called into action again. Well, it's crossed in. Nagano's effort was blocked, and the attack in the end breaks down, and a rather wasted opportunity for Liverpool there, you feel. Surely it was inviting a shot. Kopp. Liverpool wants a free kick. It was a fair challenge from Neville, says the referee. Smith hands the ball in. It's over the top of Sophie Roman-Hogg. Into the final seconds then of the 4 minutes added on. Morris gets the ball down the line towards the corner flag, and with that, the referee calls an end to a highly entertaining first half here. It's Liverpool who will get us back underway. They'll be kicking from left to right in the second period, looking to launch a comeback against a Tottenham side who haven't won since mid-January. Hines, the captain. Back pass to Lisa Kopp, who's had a much more assured performance for Tottenham this afternoon. Couple of important saves, and her distribution's been good as well. Nagano, but the free kick, it's pulled back. There's a vast following. The former Asian Young Footballer of the Year. Took Nagano until last month to score her first WSL goal. But it was worth waiting for. A 3-1 victory against Manchester United at Anfield, having only just returned from injury. On a way to get your opener for the club is the England's international Jessica Naz, who has been a really standout performer this afternoon. It was her cross-come shot, though, gathered easily by Rachel Laws in goal. Made her England's senior debut last July against the Republic of Ireland. Naz, Women's Young Player of the Year 3 seasons ago, and a more and more important part of this Tottenham team. Cop. Cleared away by Hines. Wouldn't say it's sweltering conditions this afternoon, but certainly the bright sunshine. It does have an end of season feel. Liverpool wanted a free kick there. The referee gives nothing, and Beth England keeps the ball in play, drops the shoulder and sets off on a marauding run with space to get into, then delivers an early cross, and it was just over the top. Wimberg had made the run, and she was so close to connecting with it. They're on the longest winless streak in the WSL, 7 matches, 6 of those ending in defeat as well. And particularly as they've got Chelsea next week, where you would assume they won't get anything from it. This is a big opportunity for Tottenham to end that run. 3,213, by the way, the attendance here this lunchtime. And free kick is given as Herbinger goes down. Now, they had a free kick at the end of the first half, which I felt they maybe should have gone for goal from it in this kind of area. They crossed the ball into the box. It was Herbinger who was fouled, who took that set piece. I wonder whether Liverpool will attempt to find the back of the net from here. A collision with Matilda Wimberg is what gives it away. England, as is her right, as the captain comes across to just have a little chat with the referee. This time it's a bigger wall formed on the edge of the penalty area from Tottenham. Sizable figure of Jenna Clark waits in the box. Real height advantage over many of her opponents. Four players in the wall this time for Spurs. Hines over it, so too Sophie Roman-Haug. This time they do go for goal, and it hits the wall and goes behind for a corner. In actual fact, it was Herbinger again who struck that free kick. The wall did its job, though. Two goals against Tottenham earlier this season. Marie Herbinger, the 23-year-old. It's worked short. Eventually the cross does come in. The goalkeeper stranded and can't keep the ball out. And it is a second goal of the game for Sophie Roman-Haug. And early in the second half, Liverpool are back on level terms.
Goal for Liverpool. Scored by
We saw a set-piece goal at this end in the first half for Tottenham. And the short corner routine worked an absolute treat. Just look at this run from Roman-Haug towards the far post. It's only their second headed goal of the season. Corp got a hand to it, but it wasn't strong enough. It couldn't keep it out. You have to favour Liverpool from here on in now. Holland. Back to her goalkeeper by Bonner. One of a number of Liverpool supporters within this team. Smith, who by her standards has had a fairly quiet afternoon so far. Great cushion pass out to find Hines. Hines delivers across. This time the goalkeeper reads the situation well. Naswell unable to get there. Clark. Going to see a couple of changes in a moment's time. Erbinger, whose free kick resulted in the corner, which led to the goal. Hines picks out Holland. Fisk. Lovely footwork. Hold off the challenge from Smith, and the ball goes out for a throw. Smith just stays down on the ground for a moment there as we see the first substitution of the afternoon. It's a straight swap. Martha Thomas coming on, and Bethany England, who has only just recently recovered from that quad injury, went down heavily on her arm in the first half as well. Captain makes way, and it's the Scotland international who grew up in Dorchester but moved to Atlanta when her dad accepted a job in the US. Comes on for Tottenham. The great Uncle Jim Kirkland played as a defender for the likes of Aberdeen and Grimsby Town. Good turn from Holland, and cross is gathered by the goalkeeper. She felt there was a bit of a follow through there as she got the cross in. Took the sting out of the ball. I've been part of Manchester City's development programme. Signed back in 2021. Last seasons, or the season before last actually, Liverpool's Player of the Year, Kerry Holland. Should be given away. Oroff makes the run. She might go alone here. Oroff, who gets a shot in. Bounced up a little awkwardly in front of the goalkeeper. She was invited to shoot as no one closed her down. And in the end, it's well held by Rachel Laws. Neville combines with Naz though and gets into the box, manages to cross as well. Liverpool throwing bodies in the way of the ball, and it was just enough to help get the ball clear. Believe it or not, we're going to see a somewhat surprising substitution for the home side here. Not so much the introduction of this player, but more the player she's replacing. So Roman Hogg who got both of the goals this afternoon. He was replaced by Cornelia Cabot, who Tottenham will not be too pleased to see. Scorer of that wonderful, wonderful goal at Brisbane Road earlier this season. Roman Hawke, who came into the side this afternoon. So maybe a pre-planned substitution for the home side. Here is the substitute now. And it's a nice ball played through as well. Fuka Nagano. Hines wins a corner for Liverpool, and this gives them another opportunity in which they scored from their last corner. Liverpool supporters trying to G their team up from the set piece again. It was dealt with a lot better this time. Holland, though, returns the ball with interest, and an awkward one, particularly in the sunlight here today. With all smiles from Lisa Kopp as she pounces on the ball. Twice a league title winner and a Dutch Cup winner as well, as she came through the Ajax Academy. Played over 100 times for the club before her move to Leicester. There's a packed WSL programme today. As the ball is played over the top, but asked a little bit too much this time for Holland to reach that one. Elsewhere, if confirmation were needed that Crystal Palace are heading straight back down after one season, it comes in the game against West Ham this afternoon, where West Ham lead 3-0 by half-time as well. And it's a hat-trick for Shakira Martinez in that one. Leicester City host Manchester City at 3 o'clock. And it's Everton versus Brighton, a game which gets underway in around about 40 minutes' time. Here, Liverpool come forward on the attack once more. And they pick up the pieces now with Herbinger, Hines, Holland. Another Liverpool corner. They're building up ahead of steam. Spurs have never been on a longer winless run under Robert Villaharm. The longest they've been previously was just 5 matches without a victory. As things stand, it will be stretching to 8 games without a win if this score stays the same or gets worse, as the corner again arrives at the far post. Fisk can't turn it on target though. Hunt has the armband from England and takes the short goal kick. An hour of the game gone, and a tired pass gives it away. And it was turned around the post by Kopp, who's Cabots again with an eye for the spectacular. Would have been a poor goal for Tottenham to give away there. It didn't really have a great deal of power. I'm not convinced that wasn't going wide anyway, but the keeper taking no chances. And Liverpool are racking up the corner count now. Herbinger will take the in-swinger, and they do deliver straight into the box this time. Keeper stays on the line. Neville gets it clear. Hines' effort was headed away. Herbinger whipped in, and it was a good And vitally important clearance, acrobatic from Neville. Amber Whiteley has certainly made her feelings known in recent weeks about the kind of treatment that has gone the way of their number 11, Olivia Smith. Feels that she hasn't been offered enough protection by officials. She returned to score in the FA Cup at Chelsea after a hip injury and got a lot of rough treatment as well in the win against Brighton last weekend. As mentioned, she did go off injured before the end of that game and was a bit of a doubt for today's match. Maybe the necessity to play her needed, given the fact that Leanne Kiernan misses out this afternoon on what's her 26th birthday. Funny enough, so too Taylor Hines just a couple of days ago. They'll have good cause to celebrate their birthday if they can go on from behind and find a winner here today. Tottenham maybe have other ideas though. The ball is worked into the channel by Thomas, the substitute. Cross from Morris took a little deflection. Clark back there helping out. Naz, though, turns it around the defender. An audacious effort. Wasn't far wide either. Really inventive strike from Naz, who took it on with a great touch first time before lofting it over the bar. And we are going to see another change in a couple of moments' time, not before this short goal kick is taken though. Smith now. Oh, and Smith gets into the box as well. It's an unselfish cutback, but nobody arriving to pick up the ball on the edge of the box until Nagano gets there. Capox. Neville, as is so often the case, wins the 50-50. They're put under pressure again. Holt is robbed of the ball. Nagano. Naz clears. Being penned in though. Tottenham didn't have a single player up at the halfway line waiting for the pass other than Thomas, who was on the centre circle, and that allows Liverpool to build again. Erbinger, he's come across to the right hand side now. Lovely step over. Smith is lurking. Tottenham just about get away with it there. Needs no invitation inside the 6-yard box to pick up opportunities like that though, Olivia Smith. Jenna Clark then to take this throw for Liverpool. Gets it back. And runs out of space as she tries to get down the line. And that will be a Tottenham throw. Robert Villaharm said this week, what I hear from the board and everybody at the club, we're on this journey together until we are not. Thomas. Across takes a deflection. Naz picks it up inside the box though. An air kick from her. Helped away. Great ball into the channel though. And Thomas crosses as the whistle is blown and the flag's up on the far side of the field, and that will allow us to see the next substitution.
Substitution for Tottenham Hotspur, replacing number 13, Midfielder Wimberg.
It's going to be
It's number 2,
Midfielder Wimberg who makes way. Charlotte Grant, the player on in place of her Australia international. Good score in Australia's friendly win against England 2 years ago this month. Fisk. Referee almost got in the way of the ball as it's played through there. Clark gets back to try and get the challenge in on Naz. You know, 3 Liverpool players surrounded her. She didn't buckle and managed to play it back. Morris. Liverpool lost both of their first 2 WSL matches against Tottenham. Since then, though, they've been unbeaten in their 4 league games with Spurs. 2 wins and 2 draws. Morris helps the ball down the line and makes the run on the overlap. It's played back instead. It's with Oroff. Rybrink now. He kept it in play. And now they get the cross in. It's Oroff's ball. Neville did well to keep possession with an awkward bounce there, but it's back with the goalkeeper Kopp. Not in front of the Kop today, but Liverpool will be when they face Everton in the Merseyside derby next weekend. Liverpool's men, meanwhile, are also in action at Anfield this afternoon, and they're also playing Tottenham. I wonder how many supporters will make their way from here up the road after this game is over. A 4:30 kickoff in the Premier League in that one. Morris. Well, it was a winding blow to the chest of Gemma Bonner there as she blocked the cross. Took the wind out of her sails in the process. Take a lot more, though, than something like that to keep the 33-year-old down. Led the Reds to back-to-back successes in 2013 and 2014 in the WSL, then returned to the club. Fisk clears the ball. Oroff will pick it up. Thomas. Dealt with by Herbinger. Grant. The substitute lays the ball off. Oroff gets a first-time ball in. Confident, decisive goalkeeping from Rachel Laws, but she took an almighty whack as she came to clear that ball. And immediately Liverpool are calling for some assistance. They certainly have an able deputy in Tegan Mika, although she's not on the bench this afternoon. And a chance for Amber Whiteley to pass on a few instructions to her players on the touchline. If you want to see more behind-the-scenes content, exclusive competitions and the chance to vote for the Barclays Player of the Month, then click on the pinned link in the comments below for all the latest WSL news, including ticket information, upcoming fixtures, and of course all of the latest news. And there seems to be quite a lot of it in women's football nowadays, including things like Hayley Raso. Where does her future lie with Tottenham? Drawn lots of media attention recently. Robert Villaharm, full of praise for the Australian. He was out with an injury, but he said he has a good meeting with her this week. Looking forward to continuing to work together. A player who undoubtedly will be linked with a move away from the club again later this season. And news as well of Liverpool's under-21s, who only on Thursday lifted the PGA Division 2 title, completed their league campaign with a 4-1 victory against Sheffield United. Mentioned earlier in the commentary that Keegan Micah had been the number one until Amber Whiteley. But Rachel Laws, who's 34 years of age, got a lot more experience back in goal, and over the course of this WSL season, Liverpool have had a better win ratio. They've taken more points per game and conceded fewer goals per game when Laws has been in goal. She also has a superior ratio of saves when it comes to Micah. To the club 5 years ago now after leaving for Sunderland. We're going to see a Liverpool change in the meantime, and it's the last bit of action for the Japan international Fuka Nagano. Mia Enderby is the player who comes on for her. Still a teenager, turns 20 next month, part of the newly formed England under-23 side last year. Player who joined the club back in 2023 from Sheffield United. Player who has got 5 goals last season in the WSL, scored 9 goals during Liverpool's championship winning season. The concern, of course, from a Liverpool point of view is that, even though I'm sure she will say that she's happy and ready to carry on, if it is deemed a concussion protocol injury, if it's a blow that she's taken to the head, then the decision will of course be taken away from Rachel Laws. I did mislead you ever so slightly there if you were thinking, what are they going to do? Keegan Micah is on the bench for the home side, so she can come on if called upon. The Australian has been warming up, but it looks as though Laws is okay to continue. 2 clean sheets in her first 3 games back in the side. Only 1 goal conceded. And we are back underway. Free kick conceded by Charlotte Grotz. Hines. Another Liverpool corner. The momentum of the game taken away from them with that stoppage. But we've got 15 minutes plus, I'd imagine, a fair bit of stoppage time to go. The ball is cleared away as Fisk tried to connect with it. Counter-attack could be on here for Tottenham. Well, the collision there between Hines and Grant seemed fairly innocuous. Both players with their eyes on the ball. But a free kick has been given Tottenham's way. Even worse for Liverpool. They're going to see their first booking of the afternoon. Taylor Hines' body language tells you she is somewhat perplexed by that decision. Seemed like she almost collided with her own player Kerry Holland there, and then trying to get out of her way, then locked horns. Just seemed to run into traffic as the free kick was given. As I say, Phoebe Cross is one of the most lenient officials in the WSL this season. It was her first red card of the afternoon. Hasn't given a red card to anybody this season. It's that time of the campaign where your sports science staff will be feeding back to the coaching team that players are in the red zone. Fairly innocuous again, the injury as the ball was threaded through. Took a tumble in the process. So eventually, Tottenham have the free kick. Former Real Madrid player Maite Oroth stands over the ball. Free kick over the top though. She's already got one goal this afternoon, Claire Hunt, but she couldn't connect with that one. Fisk. Has got the ball caught under her heels there, but the ricochet almost fell back into her path. Neville heads the ball out for a Liverpool throw as we enter the final 10 minutes of this game. It is a packed afternoon of football. And you can see more live WSL action, both matches that follow this. Live via our YouTube channel on the FA Player. Likewise for the games in the Championship too. I'll give you details of those a little later. West Ham still 3-0 up away to Crystal Palace as we await another introduction for Tottenham, and it's going to be Rosella Ayana who comes on, the Moroccan international. And Olivia Holt, who is struggling after picking up that injury a few moments ago.
Substitution for Tottenham Hotspur.
Away off the pitch.
11, Olivia Holt is number 23.
Holt's goal that provided Tottenham with a late 3-2 victory at Crystal Palace, the last time they registered 3 points in the WSL. It's 2-2 here. And Smith takes a heavy blow. And a real stop-start final 20 minutes of this game. It wasn't intentional from Neville. Straight away she was over to check that she was all right. She is back up on her feet now. Marie Herbinger then will deliver the free kick in front of those rugby league markings. The Super League St Helens in action here as well. Herbinger drills the ball across, it's flicked goalwards, but it was always floating wide of the post there. Gemma Bonner. Admitted that seeing her shirt with the name on the back of it was pretty emotional for her when she returned to the club. Outright record appearance holder for Liverpool now. And she plays it back to her keeper at the other end of the pitch, Rachel Laws. Bonner wins the ball, but then they're dispossessed and a shot may fall here kindly, but it wasn't caught cleanly enough. First touch for the substitute Rosella Ayana, and almost a goal. As mentioned, played over 30 times for Morocco now, but born in Reading. Her dad's Moroccan and mum's Scottish. Had a spell in the US before returning to England with Tottenham last season. A word of caution though, only Crystal Palace have conceded more 90th minute goals in the WSL this season than Spurs. 5 conceded in total, including Liverpool's winning goal in the reverse fixture back in October. Guess what the scoreline was there? It was 3-2 again. Neville over halfway. Rydrink has to dink the ball over the top. Thomas will try and keep the attack going, and they do get a corner from that one. It was Ella Morris who chased the lost cause there and forced Taylor Hines to touch the ball behind. Slowly Tottenham players making their way into the penalty box, but everybody back defending for Liverpool. Neville lurks on the edge of the area. So too Ayana. As the corner is headed clear. Here's Neville who picks it up, tries to volley it goalwards. Ayana then goes down with a bit of a clash of heads there and stays down too. But Liverpool will play to the whistle. And much to the frustration of Olivia Smith, the whistle is eventually blown as she thought she may well have been through on goal. One or two boos ring around the stadium. A reminder of the games that will be brought to you this afternoon in the Women's Championship. Bristol City taking on Sunderland, a 2 o'clock kickoff. London City Lionesses versus Durham. Newcastle United against Birmingham City, and also completing the quartet of matches, Portsmouth versus Blackburn Rovers. We may as well get that match day fix in before the summer months where we are starved of football. Once upon a time, we had WSL action through the summer, of course, but not nowadays, so we've got to make the most of it. 2 more match weeks after this, the season reaching its climax on the 10th of May. Battle for European qualification hotting up this afternoon as well. Manchester City desperately trying to close down the gap in 4th as they go to Leicester. Here it's 2-2 between 5th placed Liverpool and 9th placed Tottenham. A scoreline that will certainly satisfy Spurs a lot more. A season that Robert Villaharm has said, I'm not going to lie, I'm extremely disappointed this year. But the main thing is not to just be very sad about this season, actually learn from it and perhaps take 2 steps forward next season by learning from the mistakes that have been made this. Yellow card for the Tottenham player. It is Josephine Rydbrink who goes into the book. Well, Amber Whiteley wasn't wrong, was she, about the rough treatment that is handed out to Olivia Smith, if that's anything to go by. Canada international, who actually studied taekwondo for self-defense when she was at school. She said that she was bullied, so took up taekwondo and sort of in a roundabout way helped her to become a better footballer as well. Backhanded compliment, I suppose, that you're the target of rough treatment. 9 goals this season, 2 better than Liverpool's top WSL scorer last season, Sophie Roman-Hogg. She actually accounts for, coming into this game anyway, nearly a third of Liverpool's goals this season. I would imagine there will be quite a lot of stoppage time at the end of this game. There have been a lot of stoppages in the final 20-25 minutes. Throw-in taken by Neville. Over the top of everybody. Played back infield by Naz. And they couldn't get there. And Liverpool have a chance to break away on the attack now. Hines gets forward. Cabox has worked into the channel. The Swedish international's the target. She tried the first time cross. Hines picks it up. Almost found a way through to Olivia Smith. Thought that was the headline written there for Taylor Hines to mark her century of appearances for Liverpool with the match winner. 10 minutes added on then at the end of the game. And let's not forget, it was stoppage time where Liverpool scored the winner in the reverse fixture. No team other than Crystal Palace have conceded more stoppage time goals than Tottenham. Tottenham's last win came in stoppage time. I'm trying to build it up as much as possible for a late flurry. Can Liverpool provide it? Herbinger's ball for Hines, who keeps it in play. It's a good ball through to Enderby. Not for a Liverpool throw. Wonderful challenge to win the ball back. But falling for it inside the penalty area was Holland. They managed to lay the ball off though. It is Taylor Hines. It's a good ball, but really well read by Kopp. A crowded penalty area. She took responsibility into her own hands. Hines. Right idea. The threaded pass through then, but overhit and behind for a goal kick. Just 2 more games left of this season for both of these sides. Liverpool were eliminated in the semi-final of the FA Cup by Chelsea last week, ending hopes of a first final since 1996. He ended last season with 4 straight victories. And this season with a trip to Chelsea. And before that, the visit of Everton to Anfield. Neville out-muscled by Holland. Holland instantly want to go for the pass. Hines. Good pass from her, and this was almost an opportunity. It's headed back into the box. Tottenham unable to clear the ball, and it may still present an opportunity for Liverpool here, but they couldn't get the shot away. Enderby desperately trying to make space to get the shot in. 4 minutes out of 10 added on. Cross is headed away, but Liverpool now starting to apply a little pressure, and they have a corner. Ball is played in underneath the crossbar and punched away by Kopp. It was heading in, you know. Smith and Naz challenge for the ball. Naz got the final touch. And this will be a corner on this near side of the field for Liverpool. But look at this from Herbinger, how close to adding to her stoppage time winner against Tottenham earlier in the season. I think he will take this one again. Enderby offers the short option. It's drilled in this time and headed just wide. Fisk had got forward, and it's a 3rd corner in succession. Herbinger's deliveries are causing issues. Will it be third time lucky? 96 minutes on the clock. Play towards the far post, and it's headed down and off the line by the goalkeeper there. 4 corners in a row, and they're getting closer. Jenna Clark absolutely threw herself at the ball there. And through a crowd of bodies, Lisa Kopp just stood her ground to block the effort. Herbinger to take once more. Again hooked it under the bar. Punched away this time. Finally, Tottenham can ease some of this set-piece pressure. All the way back to Rachel Laws, who's had very little to do in the second half. Did make a really good save early in the game from Beth England. Gives it straight back to a player, but in turn Liverpool win possession back again. Enderby will give chase and throws herself into the challenge. Cabbox. Heavy touch though. Enderby. There's a throw though. Fisk. Hines ball into the channel. Enderby's down in the area, gets back up on her feet now, and the cross comes in, but it's straight into the near post. And that may well be that. It was Cornelia Cabot who tried to make something from the opportunity as we enter the final 90 seconds of this game. Big kick downfield from Kopp. Naz turns away into space and tries to get a run at the defence, and she gets the return pass as well. Clark gets across with a good sliding challenge. Cross is straight into the arms of Laws, who may well be able to provide one last opportunity. They need to get it forward, and they need to quickly. Smith now on the attack. Good ball from Smith as well. Holland crosses. Defender gets there first, and Neville prevents the corner. End-to-end stuff here as Fisk plays it back to her goalkeeper. Laws. Ball downfield is comfortably pumped on by Neville. They switch play into space for Morris. How about this? 10 minutes into added time, and suddenly Tottenham launch an attack, and it's only just wide. Oh, what a chance for Martha Thomas to win it. Right on the whistle. They will not get any better. It was a great header. Just off target. And with that, Tottenham's wait for a victory goes on. Agonisingly close from the Scotland international. Jenna Clark receiving treatment inside her own penalty area, and we will barely have any time for the restart once she is back up on her feet. what it's worth, Gemma Evans is going to come on. I'm not sure she'll even have time to get a touch of the ball, but the substitution will be made if they do get the chance. The August signing from Manchester United, experienced Welsh international. It is an enforced change, with Jenna Clark making way. Well, she might get her appearance bonus, even if she doesn't have to touch the ball, as Clark hobbles off behind the goal. And Liverpool given one almighty let-off in the 10th minute of stoppage time. Fisk puts the ball into touch, and the referee, after 12 minutes added on in the end, calls the time to a highly entertaining game.